It's Marquez Callaway, Traquan Smith, Kenny Stills, Deontay Harris, Little Jordan Humphrey, and Ty Montgomery. Those are the 6 receivers on the depth chart. And the tight ends are Garrett Griffin, Jawan Johnson, and Nick Van Ness. So this is not a murderer's row of skill position players that are going to make people say, oh, we have to take this guy away, or we have to take that guy away. That's just the reality.
Yeah, 100%. And Mike, like, Alvin Kamara is still leading the team in receiving, and he hasn't played in, 3 weeks? Is it 3 weeks or 2 weeks? I mean, either way,
he's missed 3 games.
This games, will be number right? 4. That just says it all. He's still leading the team in receptions, and he hasn't played in 3 weeks. And he's a running back, and he's a leading rusher. So that kind of just tells you where they are as an offense right now. Let alone, like we talked about last week, they're beat up on the offensive line. They're a beat up football team. So it's going to take, I think, a big effort from them tonight. And yeah, let's see if somebody can kind of jump up and do something, in the pass game. The guy that I look at to be like, a little bit of a weapon is number 11, Harris. He's the one guy I look at to go, he could catch a slant and make somebody miss and run for 60 yards. The guy, he can get a speed sweep off the Taysom Hill run package and turn the corner for 30 yards. I'd like to see them, utilize him a little bit more. He's the one guy I look like that I think could be a difference maker for their offense, or at least do some, off schedule. The coach didn't just put me in the exact right spot and I can do it. But, I don't know. They're definitely not a great offense right now. And the Saints are one of those teams, Mike, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, right now, they're sitting here at the 10th spot, 5-6. I mean, again, same record as number 7 seed Washington right now. But do you think they're going to be able to hold on here and get into the playoffs or make a run at this thing here?
I think the spirit's willing and the flesh is weak.
Yeah,
despite
that's kind of it.
Skills and abilities of the coaching staff, the roster just isn't there right now. The combination of injuries and the fact that, it's not like you're ever going to have a perfect plan for replacing Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Drew Brees knew how to make that offense go. One of the issues with Jameis Winston, as you pointed out before he got injured, he can throw a great deep ball, but he can't accurately make the underneath throws that Drew Brees could make in his sleep.
Right.
So that impedes the progress of the offense. They don't have that. This is going to be an interesting offseason for the Saints because Peyton is not going to tolerate another year without a high-end quarterback. I think he's going to do everything he can to go find one, and it's obvious if Taysom Hill doesn't take full advantage of the opportunity he now has, Peyton's going to go out there and find somebody who's going to come in and take over. And by the way, I'm going to
probably a receiver too.
I'm going to throw Tayon on a bone on the way to break. Last year, Taysom Hill was not 4-1; he was 3-1.
Oh my gosh!
Recite the facts to make your case that he sucks. You can say, well, he was only 3-1 last year as a starter, not 4-1, Florio. So take that.
Bam.
Idiot.
It taught you a lesson.
That. I think, look, hey, I think that the Saints need this one more than the Cowboys.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But the Cowboys still.
Yes.
I got some pushback from Shireen. I got some pushback from Miles on PFTPM the past couple of days. I think the Cowboys have to at least have at the edge of the radar screen this flashing light saying, if you don't get your S-T together quickly, you may not make the playoffs. If you don't stop the bleeding soon, you got to worry about landing in the far right column of out of the hunt once week 18 is over.
Yeah, 100. I mean, they're 7-4. If they lost tonight, 7-5. Washington wins this weekend, 6-6. All of a sudden, they're a game back. They're going to play twice. Yes, they need to stop the bleeding. This is a big game for both teams, as you mentioned. It really is. And that's where I get into, the psychology of it. That'll be interesting, too, because I get the sense that the Cowboys believe they're a great team, and you're desperate and they believe they're a great team. The Saints, desperate, but I'm not sure they have that same belief that they're really that good. And when you lose a game like last week where it's 31-6 and, you've had a few other games that were kind of blah. You lose to the Atlanta Falcons at home the week after. There's got to be a little bit of a different mindset. And I guess that's where I lean Cowboys in the matchup a little bit, because I got to think desperation with a belief that we're still a good team. outweighs the desperation, and I'm not sure if we're good or not aspect of the Saints. I guess that's how I look at it, about a little bit in the psychology of the matchup.
Well, the Cowboys are the better team right now.
Yes,
they're the better team.
Right. That's right.
When you look at both sides of the ball, the question is, can Sean Payton whip up some magic and win the game in the Superdome? And this is the first of 3 straight road games for the Cowboys. They go to Washington next. They go to the Giants after that. Then Week 16. Here's a Christmas present for you. December 26th, NBC, Sunday Night Football. The Washington football team at the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh, baby.
I'll tell you what, it ain't going to be $38.5 million. But that number, I'm calling it now. That number, I think, is going to creep north of 30 if these two teams keep themselves in the mix.
Right.
If that's a relevant game to playoff positioning for both teams when December 26th rolls around, that could be a significant audience that tunes in because it's the day after Christmas. Christmas is a Saturday. It's Sunday. People are going to be sitting around.
No doubt.
Winding down. That's going to be a hell of a game to watch on Sunday night. And then it's the Cardinals at Dallas and at Philadelphia to end the season. This is not an easy road for the Cowboys. These are games against teams that know them extremely well. They're going to be hard-fought division rivalries. They got 4 of them in the final 6. We were putting Cowboys in ink at the 4 seed. I hope you got a pen eraser.
Right.
Remember that pen eraser that never worked?
Yeah, yes,
I had a pen eraser once, and the damn thing never worked. All I'd had on it was this blue stain from where I tried to actually make it work. Pen erasers don't work. At least they didn't work back in the 70s.
That's when whiteout came in.
Now.
Yeah.
They may be fine products now to the extent they still make pen erasers.
There's no
All
such
I know is
thing.
the pen eraser I had in the 1970s was a piece of crap. So anyway, it's too late. We already put their name in pen. We may be scratching it out by the time it's all said and done.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.